I've been in the woods all my life. We lived in the country on a farm. We had about 80 acres of woods and creeks that I played in. Our whole family has always been very conservation minded, and it just continued to grow. As I got older, I was able to do more. And then I started photography as a hobby, and I did some writing as a hobby. And as it worked out, although I was a nurse at the time, I was diagnosed with MS, and when I was getting occupational therapy at home after a relapse, the occupational therapist remarked on some of the photographs and said, those are really great, and incorporated it into the occupational therapy. Jeff Lampe was editor of Prairie State Outdoors at Peoria Journal-Star, and I felt like he didn't cover Southern Illinois enough, so I was kind of a pesty reader, and I would email him photos and news items from down here. And finally one day he said, why don't you just come to work for us? And that's how I got started in outdoor communication. I'm currently president of the Missouri Outdoor Communicators. I've been on the board with the Association of Great Lakes Outdoor Writers, and all of the other outdoor writers kind of took me under their wing and helped me along and mentored me, and here we are now. I'm a regular columnist for Illinois Outdoor News. One of my favorite moments was being able to find and tell the biologist about a couple of endangered species here in the park. Because I remember when this was a working coal mine, and it was horrifying. And to know that in mine reclamation work, we've done so much and we've regained so much that farmer native species that are now endangered are showing up in some of the reclaimed mine grounds. That was pretty special. That felt kind of like a full circle. I think that it's extremely important to have outdoor communicators for a number of reasons. One, if people don't know about what's out there, whether it's a hiking trail, a biking trail, an endangered species, people can't love and protect what they don't know about. We also need outdoor communicators to kind of act as translators between the governmental agencies, the legislature, and to keep them informed about what's going on in that arena as well. And, if a photo that I've taken or a piece I've written encourages somebody to come to, say, Pyramid State Park to look at the snow geese get up off a super lake in the morning because it's a fantastic sight, that's a great thing. If something I've written about a proposed regulation or admin rule helps somebody understand better why that's happening, again, that's a big part of my job, is kind of advocating for the constituents, but also helping them understand why we have the rules we have, why things work the way they work, and how they can get involved. We all have to work together to an end result. For example, at Pyramid State Park, our Delta Waterfowl chapter was instrumental in working to completely redo. We tore out the old accessible duck blind that really wasn't terribly accessible. Worked with DNR, worked with Mississippi Valley Duck Hunters, another conservation organization, worked with Retrievers Unlimited, another conservation organization involved with waterfowl related things. And by pooling all of our resources and our bodies, we now have a fully accessible duck blind at Pyramid State Park, and you can get out and wheel all the way in. The doors slide. It's set up exactly right. We measured with me in my chair, where the shooting windows should be, that sort of thing. Because for those who have never had to use a wheelchair or had mobility issues, sometimes they think all you need is a flat, level path, and that's not necessarily the case. There's other pieces that go with it. So I'm always happy to test run stuff for folks. It's really important that everybody have an opportunity, regardless of their physical abilities, to get outside. I've always just seen myself as kind of a batty old lady in the woods. Just this crazy woman that doesn't ever want to come inside. It's very, very humbling when I think about those people the previous inductees, who were mentors to me, who have worked with me on projects, and I think I'm just surprised to be in their league. It's really, really humbling.